Elon Musk seems to have declared war on Netflix. He was going off. He was doing this in tandem with libs of TikTok, who was posting clips from shows like Dead End, Paranormal Park. There's a whole slew of Netflix animated series that they are being shown to have pushed gender ideology on kids. Most of these shows actually aired between the years 2021 and 2023. It's not like these were things that were coming out right now. And conservatives will understand what we're talking about, because it wasn't that long ago that everybody was up in arms about the grossness that was Cuties and everything that came out with Cuties and all of the videos that were made. It was almost in line with the way that Sound of Freedom was boycotted by the other side, and they made it out to be some like right-wing conspiracy movie, whereas people on the right were like, no, we're going to boycott Cuties because it's effing disgusting. And all of the people who need to have their hard drive checks came out of the woodwork during that. And they also showed things that exposed anti-white discrimination at Netflix. They showed that a large portion, at least according to the survey, 100% of their donation from employees went to Democrat politicians, of course. But let's play I'm going to play the 6-second clip here so you can get an idea of what started all of this. I can't play probably any more than that because they're going to get very litigious with everyone. But this says, OMG, Dead End Paranormal Park, a show on Netflix is pushing transgenderism on children. This show is advertised for 7 years old. It's being promoted on Netflix Kids right now. So here's what it is.
It's me. I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows.
Said, I'm trans, Norma. So, right there.
Norma.
And
no, really?
Everyone at school knows, and everybody knows because you won't shut the hell up about it.
Yeah.
You don't actually pass.
so this was the thing. So the creator of the show is someone named Hamish Steele, and of course has a Blue Sky account, and was immediately shown to have spoken very, very negatively and disgustingly about Charlie Kirk. Of course, because it's like, why wouldn't that be?
Because the people that are like the extreme LGBT groups, they take Christianity as a personal insult.
Yeah,
like you're a Christian, I took that personally, like the Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan meme.
Yeah. And so all of this stuff came out, and everybody started going about with canceling their Netflix subscriptions. And it made me think about what was going on over at beyond just the political donations. Look, Ted Sarandos met with Trump right before Trump actually entered office, after the election, before he entered office. And Netflix stock dropped 2.3%. They have a market cap of $509 billion. So I saw numbers that ranged anywhere from $15 billion to $20 billion of money lost by Netflix. It's funny because just the other day I was seeing, Disney was going through their own debacle with Jimmy Kimmel, and people on the left where reportedly 1.7 million people canceled their Disney Plus subscriptions. That was reported by like a blog called The Handbasket, and they framed it as government overreach, and they cited insiders at Disney. Outside of seeing some type of memo that shows them actually losing that amount of subscribers, they don't even report their subscriber numbers anymore, so I don't even know, assuming that they have that insider, that they would be able to have somebody to track that, but I don't buy it. And look, 2.3%. Netflix is $500 billion in market cap. It's up 45% this year, year to date. These companies are very, very hard to make a dent in.
Yeah, they're too big.
They're like, do you think that's possible? Are these companies too big to fail?
Maybe.
Probably Disney's foray into streaming is because they own like three streaming services, so it's like,
well, yeah, I mean, now they're moving Hulu over there because they finally bought out the last stake in Hulu too, so they own that as well.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how they were allowed to do that, but whatever.
You think that's
it's definitely a monopoly.
Think that's a monopoly?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, Microsoft got hit with that because they made you use Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
This is way worse.
Internet Explorer, the search engine, or the browser used exclusively to download other
Chrome,
browsers.
yeah.
Exactly. They posted this as well. Again, beware any and all infographics. It doesn't mean that it's 110% true. I don't trust literally anything that I see on the internet anymore. But it's not like it doesn't have the air of something that you'd buy. Does anybody watch Netflix and think for a minute that there's a lot of conservative voices over there talking? Nobody buys that. Nobody buys that whatsoever. And then one of the actors involved in the show also got into the fray and spoke about it. Said, hey, I play Barney. I'm trans and have been out for 10 years. I'm happier than I've ever been. And if someone had shown me this television program as a kid, it would have saved me years of hating myself. You can fearmonger all you want, but kids and parents have told me that it saves lives.
I don't buy it one bit.
You don't buy it?
No,
Barney, like the purple dinosaur?
Barney is the character's name.
Oh, in that
Barney,
show.
Yeah, Barney is the Barney.
Oh,
is the
so they just
character's
made it about themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's what a great percentage of ideologically focused television is self-insert.
Oh, yeah.
And the biggest complaint, the biggest proof of that is that the creator of this show, Hamish Steele, he had 2 credits to his name, and this was his first major credit, was being given the reins to helm and create an entire show for $1 billion company, and that only happens when it's ideologically involved. They're not doing that with the big property. Like even Star Wars is going to do it for the television shows, but the movies, not to the same extent. Is Jon Favreau directing Mandalorian and Grogu? But in general, they'll give them the television shows to direct because it's basically a write-off for them. But, you know, you're still going to want the higher name directors if you want them to do the properties that are actually supposed to make you money. Marvel learned the hard way in phase 4 and 5 that you don't just give big budget movies to people that don't know what they're doing, and they're still suffering because of it. But Netflix hasn't learned their lesson in that respect, and there's been a lot of responses to this as well. So I saw this was the one that I think went beyond just the comments that were made by libs of TikTok and then Elon Musk. Look, Elon Musk has 270 million followers on X or something like that. So when he sends out a text that says cancel Netflix, it actually moves market value, and then you have to start opening articles from Barron's to get access reports for stuff like this. But this was the one that I saw the most of from someone named Matt Van Swole. Says, just canceled my Netflix subscription. If you employ people who celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk and make content that pushes pro-trans content on my kids, you will never get a dime of my money. It's as simple as that. Then we have this here. He also says, Brian Krasenstein claimed he upgraded his Netflix subscription to fight for free speech, but he used a year-old screenshot of pricing that literally doesn't exist anymore. Fake posture, fake receipts, fake outrage.
No, that dude probably pirates all his shows.
He probably does.
This here from Matthew Marsden. He says, here's the problem, Elon. It's not just them. It is the content creators. You have to get the nod from the producers, writers, directors, actors, and the studio execs to get something like this made. It's a systemic problem. If you cancel Netflix, they will just go to another distributor. By all means, we should do it, but we need to do more. We need to build an alternative and use different creatives to make the shows. That's the way you stop the woke mind virus. There are people out there who can do this who aren't funded by the right. And we have more here from Rob Schneider. Says, Dear Elon Musk, thank you for standing up against the evil trans indoctrination programming our children on Netflix and Disney. You can imagine if you bought $1 billion in stock in Utah-based Angel Studios, the wonderful tradition Christian company with American values. What an incredible statement that would make to all of these so-called entertainment companies. Look, Angel Studios did just go public.
Did they?
Yes, they just released a public offering, I think in tandem with another company, which was providing seed funding or something like that. It was not a traditional opening.
It was like an S-Pack, right?
Maybe that sounds right, but that was all recently. And I guess for me, a big part of this is like, it's going to be harder for people on the left who canceled their Disney Plus subscription. Now, this is where I agree with you, Phil. It will be harder for people on the left to cancel their Disney Plus subscription and stay away from Disney than it will be for people on the right to cancel Netflix and stay away from Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix is like, the juggernaut of the streaming industry because they've been around for so long.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you going to do?
It's synonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, it felt coordinated in a way, like suddenly it had blown up across the platform. Marjorie Taylor Greene is pushing like a bill for all of this, and I wonder where the funding is. They're right about all of it, but it makes me wonder like how organic things like this even are these days. A lot of it just because it's coming through X and social media. Like, does that make sense to me? It's like it was nowhere, and then the show was over, and
Especially
it was literally everything in my feed.
Especially if the shows have been there for like 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. Clownfish TV has been covering this stuff and what Netflix has been doing with their animation division and trans ideology for years, and then suddenly it wasn't just those shows. They listed a bunch of other shows as well. The Babysitters Club, Strawberry Shortcake, Monster High, all of these other things that have been out since 2021, and it's nothing new. It's like, what incites something to just blow up again out of nowhere?
Distractions.
I mean, is that what it is? Is just people need something to argue about? Like, I do believe that
will argue over it.
I do believe that the anger is real, and I do believe that most of these people didn't know that it was going on.
Oh, yeah.
But they did know what was going on with cuties. Are you telling me that if you were a conservative influencer or pundit in 2020, you didn't catch that as well?
Like, I didn't explicitly know what was going on, but like, I just assumed it. Like, it's not surprising to me. The bigger thing to me is like when people get outraged about this, it's usually people that like are more inclined to just have a set it and forget it mindset about what their kids and like what content they consume. And it's just like, if you're that worried about it, be a fucking parent. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Like,
I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Well, the point they were saying is like this was being advertised on Netflix Kids. So theoretically, the reason they make those kids platforms for these for these streaming services is the parents, the parents that aren't paying close attention and be like, oh, it's the kids section. It's just going to be Coco Melon. And even that has come out. There have been things revealed about Coco Melon.
So, I mean, look, all of the stuff that people are concerned about is legitimate.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it boils down to you need to be involved in your
kids'
children's lives. You need to pay attention to what they're watching. You have to watch it before they watch it sometimes, right? Like if you're not sure about something, or if it's coming from Netflix or a production house that is not actually kid friendly, because I don't think this stuff counts as kid friendly. So if it's not coming from someplace that you already know shares your values, you need to watch it. And then if it's okay for them, then go ahead and let them watch it. If not, then don't watch it on 2x speed. Right?
Yeah.
Like you can speed stuff up. You don't have to sit there and like enjoy it and be like, man, I really need to know the in-depth blah, blah, blah about these characters. But you need to be a parent. And guess what? Being a parent is more than just like sticking an iPad in your kid's lap.
Well, I mean, in the free market is what they're trying to let decide this here. They're not saying that the government needs to come in and ban them. They're saying cancel your subscription and force them to change. Yeah, not yet. They're saying cancel your subscription, and theoretically that will get them to change how they do business. But it's not likely to get these shows pulled off those platforms.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree. They're looking for some kind of market solution, but the fact of the matter is, this is just like when you're dealing with adult-themed TV shows or adult-themed cartoons. Like, I don't know if I imagine most of the viewers, well, some of the viewers know, but like, you're not going to put heavy metal in front of your kids because it's cartoons. It's all adult themes. There's all kinds of sexual stuff in it. So that's stuff that you don't, like, those cartoons aren't for kids. You just have to know what the cartoons are actually offering. And just because they say, hey, this is for kids, blah, 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 doesn't mean that the content is actually something that you feel your child should be watching.
I will say that a lot of the times, if you go look at a show.
Here's a $20 one from Dr. Larsena. If leftists keep doubling down on calling mainstream Republicans racist, is there any good reason not to respond in kind by calling them groomers? Anything less seems like unilateral rhetorical disarmament to me. Look, that's legitimately what we're seeing now, right? Like, there has been so much time where the left has thrown baseless accusations at people. Not only are there people on the right that are responding by, insulting in ways that are extremely distasteful to the left, but also they're starting to think, I don't care what you call me. And I think that that's more important than anything else. Stop worrying about what the left calls you. You know you're not a racist, then don't worry about it. You know, you know that you're not a Nazi. I mean,
Well,
it's pretty
all of those-
pretty easy to figure out if you're vegan, right?
Those are both, like, those terms are so 5 years ago. Remember, you're all fascists now.
Yeah, well, I mean, and to be honest with you, which is kind of dumb because, like, to going from Nazi to fascist, that's actually taking a step back.
Yeah.
Because Nazis are a certain selective, specific type of fascist. Like, being a fascist is like, it's definitely not worse than being a communist.
You know, the trains run on time.
Generally, yeah, they do, you know?
I just want to point out again, guys, if you want to know the places where ideology is definitely going to come first, look at a lot of the shows that are being created by people who seemingly have no actual pedigree in the industry. If they've got 2 credits to their name and suddenly they've been given the reins to something that costs millions upon millions of dollars to make, it's either because they're looking to meet quotas to get up numbers like stuff like this, which it says, this was from Libs of TikTok as well, Netflix appears to openly boast about discriminating against white people. In their inclusion and diversity report, they celebrate that the percentage of racially underrepresented directors and lead characters has been growing significantly over the past few years. Now, it doesn't just have to be a racial thing. The point here is that they will put ideology first. They will often hire those same people and a white director if they know that they're going to push the message that they want pushed in these films. The ones that have no credits to their name, have no reasonable expectation to deliver a good product, you can understand that it is very likely something that was created with ideology first and entertainment second. And that sucks because, you know, well, I always make the joke. I'm like, look, the propaganda was just better back in the day. It was like, say what you want, but the propaganda from the media at least went down easier when it was written by people that were more competent at their job. And I'd even be willing to say that, like, look, I went off on this rant yesterday about this show called Murder in a Small Town, which I actually quite liked the first season of, but there's these poorly written side characters that it feels like are being written by somebody completely different from the rest of the show. And I was just melting down over this annoying bit of stupid not even good feminism, stupid feminism, not well-written characters that happen to be women, but just stupid feminism. And the point there is that 10 years ago, they would have been able to write those characters not even 10 years ago, it'd be longer than that now.
Yeah.
15 years ago, they would have been able to write those characters in a far more in a far more deft manner. It would have been less obvious and more fun to the viewers, but instead you get stuck with the garbage that we have these days. And frankly, I'm over it and a lot of other people are over it. And just pay attention to what your kids are watching. Make sure that the things that you show them align with your values. And if they don't, move on to the next one and cancel those subscriptions, because very likely they're going to continue to make stuff like that if that's what you want to do. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.